YouTube, what's going on? Black Phoenix here, bringing you the YouTube view, another YouTube video. In this video, we're going to be breaking down the Dallas Cowboys playbook, one of the probably better playbooks in the game of Madden. I think it's honestly, in my opinion, still top 10 books to use in this year's Madden. Even going back to last year, I've said this Dallas Cowboys is probably the most underrated playbook in the game of Madden 15. And even I still think it's the same thing in Madden 16. And for good reason. The Cowboys offer probably one of the best passing plays in the game. Also a pretty solid running game. Maybe not so much in the audibles, unfortunately. But when you do actually call a run, some good inside zones and other variety of running plays that brings up a very interesting challenge for the Cowboys offense of how to stop it, how to contain it, things like that nature. So let's get started with the offensive audibles. You guys know how this goes. So the Cowboys offense, I do like their jumbo a lot. Cowboys versus drag is probably one of the best audibles to have as far as jumbo is concerned. PAFL stretch, another good audible to have as well. Out of the single back ace, tight end seams, you have halfback zone weak and PA shot post. Ace close, probably one of the more underrated formations this year. You have halfback stretch, inside cross, and PA cowboy shot. Ace pair, you have the halfback dive, flanker dig, PA tight end flood. Ace pair flex, tight end spot. Doubles is PA wide Dallas YSL. Once again, probably one of the best audibles to have out of single back doubles this year. Wide trips, zone weak, 4 verts. You have the single back bunch this year with the Cowboys. So PA pen D verticals and inside zone as your audible. So that's actually not that bad. The iPhone Pro, you have the ISO, you have the mid attack with Texas, and then PA scissors. Twin slugs, you have a draw, which I'm not a big fan of, and especially against an iPhone. Flanker dig and PA draw shot. Tight pair. Wide receiver fade, strong close out of the Cowboys. Wide receiver out, halfback dive, FL drive, PA scissors. You have the pistol ace twins, which I see people running a little bit more this year. It's not as good as last year's, where you can just run the counter most of the time and get away with a lot of stuff. But this year, it's still kind of effective and kind of glitchy. Just in general, once again, twins concepts are very, very tough to stop this year. Can't really play man too much against it. Can't really play zone too much against it. So keep that in mind. You have the pistol wide trips here, halfback zone, PA pen deep. Pistol bunch, one of the more unique sets this year. I think the Redskins and the 49ers also have this particular formation. It used to be Cowboys only, but it's still not bad. Seattle, halfback dive spacing. Gunsplit Cowboy, Gunsplit Flex, Power O, Cowboy Goes, Pay a Skinny Post. Yeah, the Gun Devils, wide shell cross, one of my favorite plays to call this year in Madden. PA seams. The only thing I don't like about it doesn't have like an inside zone here. You're more going to be halfback draws are pretty much where you want to go. And like I said, for me, this is why I was kind of not on board with the Cowboys this year. It's too many draw plays, not enough inside zone audibles, especially with the current meta being inside zone. You need to have that kind of audible as your in most of your shotgun formations these days. You have it out of the wing deep offset though. You the PA double pulse, which is very tough to stop. Trio Cowboy, you got the quick base. Snugs flip. You have the bench switch, which I do like. I don't like the PA wide receiver stops in this one. The routes take too long to develop. It doesn't really get open against man and zone. Even if you hot route a lot of things, it's just the routes aren't nearly as good. You have the normal wide flex tight with 4 verts and PA deep outs. You have the flip trips, which is glitchy this year. Fades, PA cross this year. Tray open Cowboy, PA slot under. Empty tray. This is where the Cowboys kind of dominate the passing game by having 3 empty sets here. Tray, trips, tight end, and then Cowboy. Out of tray, you have the vert, shake, and smash. The trips tight end, you have a bubble screen and 4 verts and stick. And then out of the empty Cowboy, you have the curl flats and inside cross. So you can have a little bit of fun going through empty sets and then mixing up whatever you want to do. You can call that particular play. You also have Wildcat, Cowboy, which realistically is just a counter jet sweeper power. So nothing too spectacular out of that. So let's get started with the breakdown itself. So once again, as mentioned before, PA sail shot from the Saints do. If you haven't checked that out, make sure to do so. Inside cross, stretch, misdirection, and power O out of jumbo, out of ace. You have the Cowboys comebacks. You do have the tight end seams. You have halfback misdirection, 0-1 trap, C spot, counter, ace close, stretch. Halfback zone week is actually a really good run this year. Compared to last year, it's a very, very good run. Ace pair, you have the Z spot route and the tight end stick. This time around, ace pair flex. You have the halfback zone week. I am very curious about the slot fade shot. You have a double move by your outside receiver and a tight end. I wonder if that's nearly as good as I think it is. Let's just call the play as is. Maybe you can high point pass it, and Kellen Moore kind of sells it, unfortunately. Maybe probably put Romo in just for the accuracy and stuff like that. And yeah, let's just put Romo in. Let's just put Romo in. I don't think Kellen Moore can actually get it there. Maybe I'm too far or too close to the end zone for this to work. Let's just go back to the 50 real quick. And what I want to do is probably just sub in the starters here so that we have Dez and Romo and stuff like that without too much worry. Let's just call the play to start away. And let's get the real starters here. So who's running this route? And that's actually Dez. So this is going to be interesting to see. Unfortunately, we get the goal line, I think that is. So that's obviously not good. So here we go. Let's see how he can throw this route. Maybe high point pass it. And Dez catches it one-on-one aggressive catch. So that's interesting to me. I think that's probably where you want your best receiver running this route. And somehow we don't get the ball off in time. Horrible blocking by my left tackle. And that's Tyron Smith. Let's try it again. High point pass it. Fade route. Dez Bryant comes down there. So probably want to have your best one-on-one aggressive catcher. If you're going to run this particular play, have your best aggressive catcher. Have your best spec catcher. Go up and get it. High point pass is just LB. Left bumper. It's L1 on the PS4. As we're just getting sacked and sacked. Like the Cowboys really struggling. I just want to just max protect it this time. Just paying attention to the route itself as we almost get sacked again somehow. And this time we don't come out with it. But that's just a very interesting route combo that we have. Like I said, I don't know how it's going to work against goal line situations, but it's just something you can call maybe like as a mix-in play. Let's see. We were just an ace pair flex. Anything else out of this one? I actually do like the Cowboys come back out of this one as well. It's not too bad. Inside cross, 0-1 trap, doubles, misdirection. Tight end post is really good. Very underutilized this year. I think the single back in general is very underutilized. Corner strike, levels divide. Also not too bad of plays here. Wide trips. Double China. Sluggo seams, wide receiver post, and Y option. So not too bad. We had a bunch. Z spot, stick, P, hand around if you still want to call that this year. Wide trail, clear out SE option. The I form, once again, we have 3 of them. Pro. Cowboys have bags on, so it's kind of similar to the Saints off tackle. We reviewed that type of play in the last video. The PA Cowboys shot, another one that's kind of similar to the Saints, except this time you don't have that crazy C route. You actually just have like a very skinny post. PA misdirection, fullback strong, halfback toss, stretch play, tight pair, toss, power roll, fullback dive, nothing else too spectacular. Strong close, halfback toss, Cowboys halfback zone weak. Once again, wide receiver out, PA end around, Cowboy Y option. The pistol sets, counter, dive, slide under, smash, flood. Wide trip, stretch, counter, curls, halfback slam, bunch, PA deepen, corner strike, smash, mesh, seam, post, all those mesh plays. Out of the split cowboy or split flex, excuse me. Power roll is pretty good. PA slide. Y circle mesh. Cowboy goes in maybe the deep comeback, but not really. Inside zone here, so you actually do have the inside zone. Cowboys in, so once again, a levels kind of concept going on. On the left side, Z spot, FL middle, shallow cross, PA shot post, 0-1 trap. Y trips Cowboy, the slot slant. You have the cross shot. Sluggo seams, the Y drag, Y digs, Y sail. Cowboys double ends and wide corner. So a lot of things you can do with your tight end in this particular set. Actually, I think this is like the Y trip Z trip, I believe, where your best receiver is in the slot, your first receiver is in the slot. So interesting stuff out there. Wing deep offset, middle high low, PA double post, outside zone, trio cowboy, PA shot wheel, slot out, scat, mesh corner, slot seam, quick base, shot cross. I actually do kind of like that route by the halfback and tight end there. You're on a blue and a purple route. So block for a minute. You have the Dez route that just gives a ton of yards. So that's actually pretty cool, I think, because yeah, his angle is very, very glitchy. Same thing with the Y route here. To the point where Beasley is, or to where your curl by Terrence Williams is actually, you can actually hit that very early if you so choose. And then you actually had like those delayed routes by Witten and then Randall there. So, or actually not Randall, McFadden. So, like I just said, this is a pretty good play out of the trio sets that you have. Let's go. Timeout. Normal wide flex tight, slot seams, cowboy seams, corner strike, wide sail, slot cross, flood, quick base. So that's not too bad. Flip trips, deep fork, obviously very good this year, beating a lot of cover threes, cover fours, even cover twos. Very tough to stop. See curls fade, tray open cowboy, deep post. Once again, the X dig. Drag fork, another one that beat man in zone this year. Slail Sluggo, that's another one that beats man in zone. If you know how to set the audibles right. Empty tray, double slot cross, tight end slot cross, strong flood, dig curl read, stick and nod. The trips tight end, shake. You got the Cowboys dig. You have smash plays. You have the X dig, which is actually not that bad too. The route combos. Drive, another one that's not too bad. You have the screen if you so choose to run that. And also, you have the empty cowboy, curl flats, corner strike, drive, sluggo, wide corner, and inside wheels. And also the wildcat, as mentioned before, counter, sweep, power. Personnel-wise, let's just get into it before we end the video. Pocket passer quarterbacks are where you want to go. Running backs are your choice here, speed or power, receiving, however you want to slice it. Same thing, receivers. You probably want to have at least one guy that can do a lot of aggressive catching or a spec catch guy. Also probably want to have a guy that has some speed to stretch out the zones, maybe on your outside, and then probably put your best spec catch guy on the slot. Tight ends, you definitely want a receiving tight end more so than a blocking tight end just because of everything that the Cowboys have in their book. So just keep that in mind. But on that note, guys, that is going to do it for the Cowboys playbook. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and drop a like if you liked the video. Coming up later on, you'll be seeing more playbook breakdowns in the future. Also, another Ask Phoenix which should be on its way. So if you haven't checked those out, we'll be breaking down the best top 5 passing playbooks in the game. And also, more so, we're going to be doing some top 5 running heavy style of offense. So make sure to check that out if you haven't done so. On that note, guys, 5Gs. Peace.